EP is mostly going to reflect our band versus sort of the songs that we've got on it. But they'll be sort of all similar, so indie sort of rock.
And are you playing drums on all of it, Louis, or are you demonstrating more of your skills with the keyboard and the bass?
A mix.
Parts, yeah.
Because, with recording stuff, it's not like, you're live, you're going to have to try to do both at once. You can be doing the drums and then also trying to add a bit of your musical talents and the piano and stuff.
As a band, though, when you perform it live, it will be with a line-up with regards to the bass, vocal, perhaps some guitar and drums. Yeah.
Cool. We also looked into ways we could release our EP, and there's a good service called DistroKid. You pay a certain amount of money and can get you on Spotify and iTunes the day you release it.
Yeah.
Apple Music, not iTunes.
Yeah.
And then I think with other streaming services in the next 3 days from when you've released it, we think that's probably the best way forward with releasing our music and streaming it. And if that does well on streaming sites, then we could possibly sell CDs as well.
After having done our last bit of research, we had to make an article and stuff. Mine was personally about how Spotify doesn't really pay artists too well, so we're trying to have a think about that as a band and decide, it's not all about the money, but do we really want to be feeding into a scheme that is actually quite destructive for the music industry? So we're having a think about that and whether we want to be putting it onto that.
I mean, one thing, Lana, you've been involved in with a previous student, Cavalli, with a music video. Would you consider that type of thing to be able to promote your band?
We discussed music videos and we've done blogs about music videos as well. If we did a music video, I would really honestly say it'd be nothing like the one I did with Cavalli and Tembo. I think it'd more be like a really, I want to say just really rough note. Imagine it's a night out, hanging out, really just easy-going video, nothing too costly, for example. And looks a bit fake. We want it to feel like they're there with us, whoever's watching, almost, so the camera will be a bit shaky.
Yeah. Sort of raw, a bit edgy.
Yeah, very good.
Fish
Fish is what we would say.
edgy. And then obviously if we did put it up on Spotify, like DistroKid, we obviously need to check sort of how long it takes. So if we did want it to come out on the same day as we were going to Paul Martin's gig, then we'd obviously have to check.
A 4-week build-up that you need to do, yeah.
So this is just a piece of artwork on a previous so that's something we kind of go for on our EP cover. Obviously it's not a picture of the band, but it's just and this is like a local artist, Dan Helen, and he plays in his band.
So that is an artist who's drawn it. Oh right, cool.
He's also has t-shirts, so
Right. So for our gig at the O2, for things like set design and sort of the stage design, should I say, we've sort of decided as a band that we want to sort of not have anything on stage, no props or backdrops, nothing, sort of just the stage itself and us, because we feel it kind of reflects sort of music, I guess, in a sense.
So the focus is on you as musicians.
Using the lighting.
Yeah. And also we would rather sort of, instead of using props, make use of lighting, so we can sort of have a really sort of dim lit, I guess, sort of stage.
And it varies, different songs come on when there's more energy and so the lights might
and then to promote this gig, we'll be sort of putting it around social media, so our band's Instagram, our band's Facebook, put
Reddit.
Everywhere, really. We're very lucky in today's society how many people you can get in contact with, and you can really put it everywhere.
Oxford.
So we want to really make the most of that.
Put it in and around Oxford as well. So posters and just take them to
Local areas.
Post in people's doors.
get them around Westgate.
Yellow pages. Right.
And that's
And so thank you very much for watching. If you do have any questions,
Cool, yeah. Phil will have some.
As a band,
Yeah.
what is your weakest point?
I'd say our weakest point is taking something and sticking to it.
feel like we sort of
So in many different ways, so it could be just sticking to not developing 4 songs at once, but rather sticking to one and doing that, or sticking to staying in the studio opposed to wanting to go rehearse and polish.
You know, we have a lot of ideas,
Right,
we
this
want to do a lot of
process.
stuff,
Yeah.
but you can't.
But
do
how
all
they
at
use
once.
sort of overwhelm myself.
quite
Yeah,
a
sure.
short attention span, like so.
Well, we've had
Yeah,
a
sort of
few
focus.
ideas definitely recently in terms of like, you know, we know as a band we want to improve the quality of a lot of our songs, especially live. So we're saying, you know, instead of, you know, doing all these things, going to the studio now, we're going to do each song 3 or 4 times in there, get it better. Because we had an example yesterday, I think it was, we played it the first time, I think Sam said, you know, this isn't actually very good, as good as it can be anyway. We played it the second time, and it even from one more time playing it, it improved a lot. So incorporating the idea of playing a song 3 times and then move on to the next song, just to really try and get them a lot better.
And your individual roles for the gig, what you were doing for that? So like marketing, tech stuff.
I'm on the marketing team.
One
What
tech,
does that
I'm
mean?
meeting the tech team.
Tech, maybe.
So it's everyone on step up from me and the marketing team.
And what are you doing in those?
So I just sort of make sure that everything is at the venue at the right time, sort of that we've got all the equipment there. So
And as the manager, you've got to make sure it's going through.
rush at the last minute, try and find a keyboard or something to just make sure that everything like that is all working as well.
I could say one of the other bands sort of broke it down to like logistics and then the heavy lifting.
Exactly, yeah.
Is that all part of
Yeah,
kind of what
we
you're doing
think,
as well?
We have sort of, so I think we've got sort of 5 or 6 teams, 2 or 1. So I think Sam is
It's me, Kieran, and Oren are handling transportation.
and then when you're on the day you're sort of heavy lifting, we would also
Yeah, yeah.
setting up.
Me
Yeah,
and
looking at
Bruce,
the
yeah.
stage bands, is that
Yeah,
correct?
okay, collecting stage plans on cover bands and sort of making sure
Like the
everything is,
backdrops or anything like that.
yeah.
And I think in regards to both teams, it's about being very systematic on the day, because there's not a lot of leeway. Oh, we forgot this, we have to go get that. We need to make sure everything is where it should be on time. And so then, you know, we really have to have a good plan of that. So that's what we're developing.
And have you found that by doing those job roles and working with other people, that perhaps you've learned a few more skills to be able to kind of
Yeah.
again push that into your product, as
Yeah,
it
I
were?
have to be quite blunt with a few people that weren't putting their weight. So I just tell them when they have to do it in case they miss something. So
I'd say that's
Mm.
what
Sort that.
Yeah,
it's
it's
all
all-
out. It's all
Sort
out.
But going back to the focus aspect of it that you mentioned, Hamish, I mean, again, could you argue that that would be a good part of your evaluation? That you're constantly looking at, if you realise that that's kind of maybe tripping you up or just sort of hindering your productivity, then just perhaps putting strategies in place for when you go into that, even before you go into the rehearsal point, where that's something that we dwell on quite a lot, setting an objective for the week, for example,
Yeah.
and just knowing that you just remain on task in order to, and then perhaps look back at what you've achieved, whether it's kind of note-taking or whatever, whether one of you might be kind of putting information together to make sure you have set out what you've done and accomplished that, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Anything else, sir?
Well, thank you very much for listening to us.
Cool.
District General.
Thank you. Cheers.
So,